Here we go. We are live from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. And
Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It is episode number 58 of the Coffee Talk. Shit. Hang on. Oh shit. I'm having issues here. Oh, my ears are falling. My cell phone fell. Okay.
Wearing them wrong.
I'm having all sorts of. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right.
I love how you're festive for every single holiday. Kudos to you.
So I'm going to ignore Ray's comments. I'm going to say hey to Crow. I'm going to ignore another comment from Ray.
That's right, Ray. Raleigh's rocking tonight.
This one is okay. And then this one says hey, and then I say no. I say hashtag no days off. I get a thumbs up from the resin. Work-life balance. Nope, that is not a thing. I agree with Crow Resin here. There we go.
What's up, Bruce?
And there's Bruce waving from the back, although it just says hand pink waving, because it can translate the emojis. Happy Easter Sunday. I'm wearing the festive ears. Yes, I have outfits. I have pajamas for every occasion. Some of you would have seen some of the pictures and videos that I have sent. Some of you
pajamas.
Some of you have not, and that's probably for the good. I have not sent you. Ray seen it because I love Ray, and I like to torture Ray. And Crow Resin sent it, although I forgot to give him a content warning on it. Me on the swing, and I jumped off and stuck the landing.
I know I'm one of the selected that get all of your home videos.
Sorry about that. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm just glad you picked the right file. If you had sent me the other one, we would have.
Some of us cannot unsee those pictures and videos. It's true.
It is.
It's true. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, Ray's eating a cheesy steak. Nice.
Cheesy steak.
Is that steak with the what is it called? Not with Swiss cheese. A cheese whiz. The stuff out of
cheese whiz.
Or even the better, cheese out of a tube. Oh, I love me the cheese out of a tube.
The canned cheese.
He meant
cheese.
He meant juicy.
Oh, a juicy steak.
I thought juicy was what he is written on his track pants. On the butt of his track pants when he wears track pants. I thought it was juicy.
Wow.
Oh, and he's blaming his telephone. So happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
I hear you had family over. My family came over on Good Friday.
Yep. My wife's family was here and hung out, had a little brunch, had some mimosas. It was a good time.
Nice.
And then kicked them all out and we got
my family gotta go. I'm a famous YouTuber. Got a show to do.
Yeah, right.
Get out.
My wife and I, we like board games and like card games and stuff too. Not like very serious, but we like to play them. We like trivia games and stuff. So we bought this one that was all like movie clips the other day to play with everybody while they were here.
Trivial Pursuit?
It was pretty much Trivial Pursuit, but you got to watch like movie clips. So it was all about movies. So after everybody left, my wife and I played that together for a while. It was fun. My son joined in. It was great.
Yay. Oh, bye, Ryzak. Where did Ryzak go? What happened to Ryzak? All right. Well, I'm alone. I can just pick up.
I'm here. I just had a sneezing attack. I'm sorry.
Oh.
The pollen is crazy right now, Jeff. Oh my God. I feel like I'm like.
Other than the ears, do you notice something different about me?
Do I notice something different about you? Well, you got a headset? No.
Other than no. Close. That's on the head.
It is on the head. Glasses? The hair? Did you cut the hair?
I did.
Wow.
I
What
did.
inspired you to do that? I thought we were having a competition.
I was told I had to.
Oh, because you put the toilet paper on the wrong way.
It's true.
Oh, I shouldn't be giving out the inside information like that.
Oh, you know what? I should maybe. You know what I'll quickly do?
Oh yeah, allergy season is crazy right now, man. It was 77 yesterday, 80 today, and everything's getting green. All the flowers are popping. It's beautiful. But I don't. When I walk outside, my car is green. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. I don't have a filter on my face, So, and I'm
Maybe
not going
sure.
to be one of those people that wears the mask when they go outside. That's just silly. I say that I was waiting on Jeff to like pop back into screen with a full mask on.
Okay.
Want to mow the yard?
All right. I just started a poll. Yeah, no mullet Jeffy. Yeah, I know. And I was at a craft fair, and there was this nice lady, and she was selling all of those hair tie things. And I said, I could have bought one of each, but somebody made me cut my hair. So I no
Jeff,
longer
what is
need
your
these. So I just did a
hardware store.
I just did a poll. About how do you put the toilet paper on the roll, because apparently I do it wrong. Because I also don't care. I give zero poops about how the toilet paper, if it's there, I just use it. If it's over the top, I pull it down. If it's at the bottom, I pull it up. If it's just sitting on the floor, I pick it up and I use it. Just same like the seat's down, I lift the seat up. The seat's down, up, I put it down. I just do it. I don't care. But apparently, so I did a poll to see what people think.
At least you're using it.
At this craft fair, there was this nice lady. She was selling, I think it was bamboo underwear and bras and stuff for men's and women's. And we were walking by, and she said, "Sir, we've got this nice underwear for men." And the person I was with says, "He doesn't wear underwear." And we just both walked away. She just kind of went, didn't know how to respond.
That's good. That's good. I interrupted you way too early.
What was my hardware store? My hardware store. We've got the Depot.
Okay, so you have Home Depot. Do you have Lowe's?
We have a Lowe's.
Okay, so we have
there's also something called Home Hardware, which is every small town will have a Home Hardware. It's like the neighborhood hardware store.
So ours is Ace. Remember John Madden used to do Ace commercials?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's similar to what you're explaining there. We go in there the other day into Lowe's to return something for the 800th time, because I'm always returning something to Lowe's. And I looked at the girl that was on the counter, and I see her all the time. My wife sees her all the time, and she's trying to be professional. She's checking us in, and I was like, "Do you ever just sit here when we walk in and be like, here come these jackasses again, returning something?" And this girl just like started spit laughing. I feel like I made her day, because she probably sees a ton of people that come in there all the time, and she's like, "Oh God, what are they bringing back this time?" So you talking about that lady at the market, maybe?
Technically, Ray, I use the generic brand of the wet wipes. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Houston lost, Jeff.
They did.
Houston, we have a problem.
Well, that's because, what's his name got hurt. When you lose your star player,
True, but
I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl, and everyone's like, "Oh, you picked the Jets, you're a dummy." And I go, "But their star player got hurt. I couldn't 4 plays into the season." So then all season I would say, "Well, he sucks. Well, he's hurt." But that doesn't matter to you. Didn't matter over here, but it matters here. Dumbasses.
I was feeling really good about Illinois in that first half. I was feeling so good about Illinois in that first half. And then UConn went on that 30-0 run, and I was like, I swear, I hope Jeff doesn't say anything about this shit.
I thought with Illinois' injuries, they were not going to make it out of the first or second round, to be honest.
I really enjoyed watching them in their tournament, in their conference tournament. They look like a good team. And I like to see teams that kind of build up through the tournament. I mean, NC State is like an anomaly right now. Like, how many games in a row have they won?
I don't care.
8?
I don't care. I don't care.
And these are.
I would be okay. I would be okay with a UConn.
Games.
I would be okay with a UConn Purdue final when UConn comes out on top, so I can tell Ray to stuff it.
I mean, I'll
kind of like I did, over San Antonio when San Antonio won today because their team sucked.
Yeah, the Brahmas. I'll always enjoy the tournament, March Madness. This year, the storylines are all on the women's side, though. In all honesty, like, I'm more intrigued about the drama going on in the women's tournament than I am about anything going on in the men's tournament. So, but we talked about that a couple weeks back, how we expected the women's tournament to be pretty good. So, wow, he must have gone to school there.
Probably.
Yeah, DJ Burns is awesome though. He's fun to watch. He shouldn't be doing the things he does. Not
really.
So I like the announcer was like, he is Zach Randolph with Shaq's personality. That was the game.
Nice.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of stuff today, Mr. Yeffy. Missed talking with you a little bit through the week. I feel like it's getting more and more further apart from the time that I talk to you, but it's all right because the news never stops, right? So that just is how it is. Gaming news. I tell you what, we didn't even touch on some NBA today. There was some awesome stuff going on in the NBA. You told me that we weren't going to talk about it, but we at least have to mention the great Wembanyama, don't we? Like, come on, man.
No, we don't.
All right. Well, how about Luka Doncic's underhand 3-pointer tonight? That's
he's a rookie. You don't need to talk about him. Oh, and Rosenfield is here.
He is a rookie. Happy
Sunday to Ann. We do not wish Ann an Easter. We wish her happy.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. And in a month, we will wish her happy Passover.
We do wish her a happy Passover?
In a month.
Oh, okay. In a month. I'll say it. Mm-hmm. All right. Coffee Talk episode 58.
Yes, sir.
We should put a poll up about how long everybody thinks I'm going to do this show, because 58.
I'm already out.
It's pretty good.
I'm already out.
Pretty good. Your number's already passed?
Yeah, my number's already passed. Yeah, I thought I'd be doing the show alone every week.
Maybe. Catch-up session. We got to talk about the NFL rule changes. A lot of NFL rule changes that are going to impact the game next year, so we'll talk about that. Another topic, same court, different lines.
Speaking of women's basketball.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, you're going to find out soon. Post of the week. Did you hear about? You're giving me 5 guesses this week, and then what are
it's Easter related.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to give you, because it's Easter related, I'm going to give it a little flexibility on the answers, just because. Because it came. My place came from a Canadian list. Although number one is UK, so I'm going to give you a little bit of flexibility when it comes to. It's going to be kind of broad. It's not going to be.
I need all the help being flexible that I can get, Jeff, because I am very stiff. So
there you go.
I appreciate your kindness.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do.
What are we talking about, Jeff? You sent me this Matt Maddox post, and you were like, "We're not talking about this." So we're not talking about that.
Nope.
I don't even know who that is. He's like a politician or something. I don't even know. Not talking about it though.
No.
The saga that is P to the Diddy. Some know him as Puff Daddy. Some know him.
And I only know about this Ray because Ray goes on, and I was like, Jeff, did you read the 70,000 page thing? And he goes, and I go, allegedly. Allegedly. Has anything been proven in court? Oh, but this guy, it's in the document. Has it been proven in court? Has he been charged with anything? Just like OJ. OJ was set free. So therefore OJ didn't do it. Wait, too soon?
They did or they didn't find the drug mule today. I don't know.
Wait, too soon? Okay, too soon.
Too soon. We're not talking P. Diddy.
Too soon on OJ? All right.
Kim Mulkey. LSU women's head coach. You always see her on the sidelines in all the fancy clothes. Article written about her in the Washington Post. Not going to talk about it.
All right.
And what was it? Yesterday? Today? Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver.
Allegedly.
All the articles kept saying star receiver. I don't think he's a star receiver. He was a rookie last year.
Well, he won a Super Bowl.
Allegations.
Won a Super Bowl.
But we're not going to talk about it.
All right.
That's not what we're going to do today.
All right.
But what we are first going to talk about is NFL rule changes. All right, Jeff, lawyer hat on. Were all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted on this one, or did you get to it when the ink was still wet?
What are we talking about? I was listening. What?
The rules.
Are we? Yeah. Oh, can't get to that. M. Jones has pictures and videos. No. Wait, hang on. I'm with you, Ray. The FBI doesn't raid your house. We're not talking about it.
We probably should.
Allegedly.
That should have been the whole show.
Allegedly.
All right, NFL owners.
Yes,
meeting.
We could have read through the 700-page court document.
Yeah. Just wrapped up. There's quite a few things that are going to be different about next year. One of the things that did not get approved, that was kind of a big controversy in this last round of the playoffs was the Detroit Lions submission. It was completely overlooked, and then they went in and did it again. Apparently, I think I read something about they've already resubmitted it again. But we'll see sometimes the Bills when they lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs, they brought their what impacted them, they brought forward. So this is that chance that people have to try to make rule changes, try to improve the game. The biggest thing that came out of the meetings was the banning of the hip drop tackle. We see Mark Andrews in the picture here. Little story. I traded for Mark Andrews. The guy accepted my trade the day before this game, and I had to watch Mark Andrews go down while the trade was still pending, and I couldn't cancel it because I accepted it. Not mad at Mark Andrews. Not mad at the hip drop tackle. It's just bad freaking luck. But where everybody is shocked about this is, all right, well, how are you supposed to tackle people now? Right.
Well, there's it's not just that. There's a whole 3-step process that has to take place. Right. So it's just not the hip tackle. There's a bunch of things also that go along with it. So you can still tackle. You can't just, but
I saw an argument about this the other day, right? Because they're essentially always finding ways to penalize the defensive players for being too rough or too physical. Right. But if you're going to change the way that people are allowed to be tackled or make it to where they're not allowed to tackle a certain way, well, what are you doing on the offensive side to curb that as well? And the argument was get rid of the stiff arm. If you're gonna get rid of this, get rid of the stiff arm, because you see guys like Derrick Henry that use it as a weapon. They're allowed to do whatever they want to us trying to tackle them.
And I've seen penalties. I've seen when they've penalized the running back for putting his head down and doing this, that, and the other. So they have penalized the running back for
head down.
Yeah, for putting his head down.
Not stiff arm though, unless they're not in a face mask.
Yeah, but even then, I think they let it go.
Yeah, and so I thought it was a good argument, right? It's a fair argument because everybody's, depending on what side of the ball you play on, you're going to have a different opinion about it.
Everybody wants scoring. Everybody wants scoring. Everybody wants scoring. Everybody's cheering for the offense. Nobody cares about the defense. How many times have you heard, that game sucked? No, it was a good defensive battle. There was no scoring. It was boring. It was a good defensive battle.
What do you think? And you're probably going to tell me a Cowboys team, so I don't even know why I'm asking you. What do you think is the greatest defense of all time? In your opinion, in the history of football? 85 Bears?
85 Bears.
85 Bears?
85 Bears.
That Ravens team from what was it?
2000?
It was 2000.
2000?
Yeah, I was going to say 02, 2000.
2000?
They were very good too. That was Trent Dilfer's Super Bowl. They went out a sexy team.
Super Bowl winning quarterback, Trent Dilfer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
True story.
Yeah, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Trent Dilfer from that 2000 Ravens.
But I would agree with you on the 85 Bears. I like that Ravens team. Obviously, the Steel Curtain got their reputation, right? There's a few defenses you can think about and be like, that was a great game because they played phenomenally.
Yeah.
But usually, that was my point, right? You usually don't hear that. It's usually the offense sucked. Second one that was big is actually for the coaches. So when one of their challenges, if they use a challenge and it's right, then they are allowed a third challenge now. Only if getting one of the two correct. So that's going to help some coaches to be able to game plan how they do things. I know a lot of the talks that have come up are how long it takes for like the referees, the replay people to make decisions. So like there's going to be like a replay person on the side that can make that call into the referee now to help speed that up.
Yeah.
And I want to blend this in with the UFL.
And they're going to, look at roughing the passer, intentional grounding. So that sideline, that extra ref is going to have a chance to, he's going to he'll be able to look at a few more plays. Because there's some that they call, roughing the passer, and it's just like, what? Really?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Really? Oh, because, especially with, when Tom Brady used to play, someone would look at Tom Brady. They're like, all right, flag down. Roughing the passer on Tom Brady. And all they did was look at him,
Well,
so.
And I was going to blend that into the UFL because you look at Dean Blandino and those guys in like that control center when something happens, and they're able to look at that video in like 10 seconds and be able to relay to the referee exactly what happened.
Well, they're talking to the referee. They're having this conversation like you and I are. Yeah.
It's crazy. And so we're giving coaches another challenge. That's great. Give you another opportunity to be able to, but like there should be something that just gets it right by now, Like there should just be that technology that just gets it right. Like there's rules to the game. Play to the rules.
The game moves so fast. The game. Have you ever been on a sideline of an NFL game?
I've never been on the sideline, but I've been in the first row of a stadium, so close.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different sitting in the seats than actually being
correct. The game goes really fast. So the fact that they get as many right as they do, because they'll slow it down and replay, and they're like, oh yeah, you got it right. The fact that they get it right that much of the time, and they make mistakes. They're only human. They could have blinked. They could have been looking not at one thing and not the other. It's really, so the fact that they get as many right as they can. And I know the referees, everyone likes to blame the ref. And I'm first to blame the refs when something goes against the Cowboys. But
there's ownership in what you do, right? And so like I think at that level, it's a career, a second career. Like a lot of the referees are like lawyers and things of that nature. Like they're not dumb individuals, right?
No.
But I'll always say this about the referees that we get in like the rec leagues and even the travel leagues. Like if you don't want to be here, don't show up. Like I know you're getting paid to be here, but you should only be here if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be doing this, right? And if you enjoy it, then I expect you to have, some care about what you're doing. Have some integrity for the game. Have some integrity for the kids, the parents that have driven all these places. Like, pay attention. Call the game.
Well, except for Angel Hernandez, I think they actually do. But again, I think
and that dude in the NBA, what was his name? The one that wrote the book.
So
Brad something.
Yeah. So anyways, I think now speaking of the UFL, the United Football League, which was the result of the merger between the XFL and the USFL. They always did kickoffs differently, and now the NFL is going to be doing kickoffs on a 1-year trial.
I love this.
Do you?
Love this. I love it.
Do you?
I think we could go back to a coffee talk from about a year ago, and I will tell you on that coffee talk that I wish the NFL would adopt this. I think it's so smart from a player safety standpoint. Okay, I think
you are the health and safety guy.
I am. CTE is a big problem. If you don't admit that, I don't think you've been listening, right? These guys are bigger, stronger, and faster than ever, and they're slamming into each other with less and less, care. What I like about it is I do like that safety aspect. I do. But I like the fact that this is really going to give the returner and the return team opportunities to game plan for this, right? You're going to be able to see some real. Could you imagine Devin Hester with these rules? If you gave Devin Hester 15 yards to run full speed before the first person he found, I think we'd be seeing a lot different numbers than what his Hall of Fame career is going to give him, So I think it's cool. I like it. I know that there's a lot of people that won't like it. They don't like to see the game change.
They don't like change.
But
no.
You know what? Would you rather have this, or would you rather have the kickoffs we've had for the last 10 years where every kickoff doesn't matter? It goes over the end zone.
I think they still will. I think these kickers are much better than they used to be, and I think they're still going to hoof it out of the end zone.
The other change on this was on the on a safety. They're now allowed to use a tee to kick instead of the drop kick or the punt that has historically been, the kick that follows a safety. So interesting that they're doing this, and we're going to see some stuff later on in the show, but this is making the kicker position important again. A lot of people want to get rid of the kicker. I wanted to be a kicker when I was a kid. I say what you want. I did. I could kick. I could kick well. I wanted to kick. So I don't know.
Donald always wanted to be a professional kicker, and we're going to find out if he actually got his dream or not coming up. Right? You're not going to sign Bates. You already got Jake Moody. You just signed one of the best kickers coming out of college.
Hey,
how many kickers do you
Ray.
want, Ray? How many kickers do you want?
Ray, I got this cup. Oh, I don't know if you can read it. That says Charlotte, but at the top it says Niners Diner, baby. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Niners Diner, because Charlotte is the 49ers. Woohoo! Go Niners. Not Ray's Niners. Riley's Niners. Okay, so kickoff. Kickoff's changing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
Yeah.
All right. This happened today. This is crazy because the players were out on the court warming up for the game. Right. They said, something's wrong with the court. Jeff was out here painting it a little while ago, and I don't think he got it exact. So they called out the officials. They actually brought a tape measure out onto the court, and lo and behold, the 3-point arc on this half of the court is different than on the other half of the court. And they had been playing games here all weekend.
So the company that makes these women's Sweet 16 court is called Connor Sports. All the courts are inspected before they're shipped, according to the company's website. On their website, it says, blah, 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 we're supporting the things. The floor panels were stacked, branded, and shipped to our Connor Sports valued finishing partners for assembly, sanding, sealing, and painting and finishing before loaded and safely shipped to each venue for installation. Each court can take up to 4 hours, led by a team of Connor Sports technical supervisors paired with local laborers from the respective cities. So that's directly from Connor Sports' website. So
yeah, I'm sure this is a PR nightmare for them.
So Amanda Kristofowicz from FOS, she's all over this. She's already reached out. She'll be following up. So if you don't follow her, A. Kristofowicz on the Twitters, make sure you check her out. She's already got some posts about this. She'll be writing stories about this. She'll be following up on this.
Well, NCAA put out an official statement saying that, it is true. The head coaches got together. They decided to go ahead and let the game be played so that it didn't slow it down, because what are they going to do? Are they going to
They were going to have to read their they were going to have to days. No, it was going to take several hours, but they were going to redo it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, they
I
would
didn't
have
know it was
redone
going
it.
to be that quick, but
Yeah,
still,
it was still going to take several hours. It was going to take.
It can affect the flow of the game. You get amped up for the game. There's a cadence, and there's a schedule to a game, right?
Yeah.
And so both coaches said, okay, well, NC State wound up winning. So, when you're the losing coach, do you then go back and be like, ah, man, I should have had them delay the game? Unfortunate, but we've seen a lot of blunders when it comes to things being made, things being spelled, things like that. I don't know when the last time the lines on the court were wrong, but I also will say when I was a kid growing up, the maintenance staffs for the arenas used to have the floors there, right? They only had one floor. And then if you had an advertisement or something to put on it, you painted it, you stenciled it or whatever. But now these floors are all like conversion kits that they can store and then just piece together. And so they can swap out like the logo pieces or whatever. So
yeah,
just
this one apparently was made specifically for the Final Four and the other stuff, according to this Connor Sports website. So
probably the coloring, the lettering, the labeling, the outlines, like the color scheme, all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Amanda this week and see what she finds out. Yeah,
I mean, and then I
want cake.
I guess it would be up to the players. Did they notice a difference? Did they feel a difference? I guess it doesn't matter now, but that would have been my question.
Yeah, but and Crow's right. They switch halves. They switch sides. So
yeah, they each got one
technically
half on an end, right?
Now, the team that had the smaller, would that have been favored them if it was in the second half?
Exactly. Yes.
Who knows? But, who knows, right? So, anyways.
Stuff. Hey, you mentioned Donald earlier. Who's Donald? Trump?
No, he is the kicker on my UFL fantasy football team. Donald that was his name, Donald De La Rey. Donald De La Rey. We've talked about him before. He's got a little small, tiny YouTube channel. He used to kick for you. He used to kick for UCF when he was in college, and his coach found out about his little channel, and he said, "You need to stop that. You need to, if you want to be a professional kicker, you got to focus on that. You can't focus on the YouTube." And he said, "I think I can do both." So he focused on the YouTube as well as trying to be a kicker. And he's got a couple of little followers. I'm not sure as many as Ray. Shout out to the Gaming Cyborg. He's been trying to become a professional kicker for years. And well, today he did.
So he does a lot of videos where they do one-on-one matchups with receivers and DBs. They travel the country. They try to promote a positive atmosphere for
the NFL. Even promotes. Even the NFL promotes when he's. Yeah, and NFL promotes him. He's known as destroying. We've talked about him before.
This is that trick play here, Jeff. So he actually
Ray, cover your eyes. Ray, cover your eyes.
They audible. The punter then throws a downfield pass to the center, who rumbles it in for the touchdown.
Now center lined up as a tight end, so he was an eligible receiver. He didn't just snap the ball. It's not like flag football where he snapped the ball and then he ran down. Yeah. He was lined up as a tight end on that play.
He called it. They interviewed him at the end, and he was like saying, you got to do it for the big guys and all that stuff. So I like how the reporter ran out on the field after him. Did you see that?
Yeah. And they interviewed the kicker, and he said that was it failed in practice. They tried it anyways, and that was then he was not supposed to throw to him. He was supposed to throw to another guy, but that guy was covered. That guy was open. So
third check down.
Yeah.
These are all of the highlights that was in the game from Destroy, so obviously they're replaying again. He didn't get any points for you.
He did not.
Jeff,
he did not.
He did get a lot of praise for his massive kickoffs, and then right before this touchdown play here, he actually kicked a 54-yard field goal attempt, and they called timeout on him right before he kicked it, so it made the kick null, right? And he missed And then so when you lined back up, they shifted over to the trick play. So
now Ray,
maybe,
when you're saying, was that the play they reviewed and got correct? Just asking. You know, they went and reviewed it and got it. Is that the play you're talking about?
Is that the one where the player spit in his face? Is that the one? I just heard about the spitting in the face play. Let's talk about that sold out crowd. It's getting better, Crow. It's getting better.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, right. So Ray,
if you take the D out of crowd, you have a little bit of Crow.
So it's funny. Ray and I were in Discord and when this play happened live. When this play happened live. So I was watching it.
Quite a few empty seats here, right, Crow?
So, anyways, good times. UFL is here. I did not do great. I was just looking at my fantasy. I did not do great on my fantasy. That's week 1.
I didn't even know they had fantasy UFL.
Of course they do.
Dang. All right.
Of course.
Well, I missed out. I did sign up for fantasy baseball this year. I told myself I would never do it again, and I did it. I started playing MLB 2K The Show 24, and now I'm playing fantasy baseball again.
Nice. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm recording and posting the weekly. I do the weekly challenges.
Nice.
So yeah, you should do them too, and just compare your score versus mine.
I've got 30 games left in my first regular season, and I already have 111 home runs. So maybe I should put the difficulty up.
Yeah, but you play it on, you play it on baby mode. So
I do because it's fun.
You should try that. You know what? You should do the weekly challenges, and we should just keep a running score of how
I'll check them out. I downloaded a couple of the new Game Pass games last night, but I haven't tried them yet. So. We'll see it. Hey, Destroying, good job, man. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear about Jeff? Did you hear about women's basketball? Female. So, what an asshole thing to say. Did you hear about women's college basketball tomorrow night?
I did.
It's gonna be some good matchups.
It is.
My wife has already told me that we're watching LSU and Iowa, so. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I'm really excited for that UConn USC game because Paige Buchers was supposed to be that one. And then she got hurt for a little bit. She had some other players there when she was there. There was like some share time her freshman year. Paige Buchers is nasty when she's on. So I'm excited to see this. Juju, I don't know if you've seen her commercial. That she has out there. I mean, she's a star player now too. So this is going to be these 2 games tomorrow night are going to be awesome.
Remember, I don't know. I get different commercials, so I may not have seen it. One, I don't watch TV. I only watch YouPorn. So unless they advertise, I don't only watch YouTube. So unless it's there, I wouldn't have seen it. I do watch some terrestrial TV. But not a lot of commercials, and even then, we get different commercials, and it may not air in Canada. So, So tomorrow night, we will be wreckfesting. Not wreckfesting. We will be not wreckfesting. We're doing Call to Arms and Red Deading. But the games will be on that television right there, and also on this screen right here, so I can keep up with what's happening.
Well, it'll be good. Remember, the last time Iowa and LSU faced each other was in the championship game last year, and LSU won. And as they were walking off the court, you remember this?
So there you go.
Remember that?
No, I don't remember anything. Got the Alzheimer's. I got the Alzheimer's. I don't remember anything. We're
trying to see if we'll get LSU and South Carolina rematch in the final. I think that's what everybody wants to see.
No. We want Iowa and anybody else.
This is the Crow Resin segment of the show where we discuss NC State's most insane 19 days in the history of their school. Let's go back to March 12th. All the way back to March 12th. The ACC tournament. Game 1, beat Louisville. They were supposed to beat Louisville. Game 2, they beat Syracuse. They weren't supposed to beat Syracuse. Game 3, they beat Duke, Jeff. Game 4, they beat Virginia, Jeff. Then they beat UNC in the ACC tourney so that they could go to the NCAA tourney. Then they beat Texas Tech. Then they beat Oakland, the sweetheart of the first round. Then they beat Marquette. And then tonight, Jeff, your fluke Blue Devils lost to NC State. Go Pack. See this, Jeff? Go Pack. So the NC State men's and women's team is in the Final Four for the first time ever. Isn't that good?
I'm sorry. I was watching TikTok. What were you talking? Sorry.
Sorry. Like Crow, he said your stream is breaking up. I'm going through a tunnel.
Sounds right.
Oh, awesome. And in all honesty, though, regardless of the school, regardless of the opponents, very impressive little run here. This is what Cinderella teams are all about. They're the only double-digit seed still left in it with 1s and a 2. Good for them, man. It's been a fun ride. It reminds me of like the George Mason run from the early 2000s.
FAU last year.
Yeah. I'm getting that vibe. So even though they're a bigger school, they haven't been. Their program hasn't been at that level. So it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it is definitely like everybody in Raleigh is hyped right now, man. It's great because when stuff like this happens, especially locally, for any of these college teams around here, Duke, UNC, or NC State, all of the sports bars get filled for the games. Like everybody kind of gets out and gets on the little bandwagon, the little local bandwagon. So it's cool. It's cool. Okay, so that segment is done. Crow Resin, there you go. You're welcome. There you go. We're not talking about the SEC commissioner like Purple wanted us to talk about, but we are talking about the NCAA president because he said that he does not want people betting on his NCAA games. Well, not completely betting, right?
Yeah, prop bets.
But just with all of the new betting cycles, you can bet on all of the smaller lines that are going on, and he wants to eliminate that.
You know, the top money-making franchises all have collective bargaining agreements.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got Dallas, you've got the Lakers, you've got, whoever, right? Your top 10, if you look at the top 10 most valuable franchises, they're all got collective bargaining agreements with their, unions and their players. And then there's the NCAA who could do something similar. Just pay your players and stop paying out millions in these lawsuits and all this other nonsense. So they're trying to hang on to this old, ancient, out-of-date philosophy, and they got to get rid of these old dum-dums and bring in some new young guys who will, do it properly. And they went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court, ruled against them for NIL. So,
my problem with it is that they want to limit the way that you can bet on the games, even though they've made it legal, but they have no problem with profiting off of what those student athletes do for them. No, exactly. No problem at all. But if you do it betting on that game, then it's a problem.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of these old dum-dums and bring in someone.
Everything they do.
Yeah. They're just trying to hang on to this old ancient process, and it's time to move on and adopt, and it's time to adapt or get out.
I tell you what, ever since they launched betting here, all of the I don't know if I'm going to say it correctly, Jeff, because I know you always yell at me for this, whether it's the algorithms or whatever it is. I see DraftKings and all that bullshit on everything. It's on the TV, it's on the computer. It's like,
oh yeah,
every time you turn around and look at something, it's, hey, North Carolina, you should be betting now with DraftKings. Well, I mean,
yep.
And then you'll have somebody who will come out and be like, oh, but you have to do it responsibly. you know?
Yeah, they have that little. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have a problem with betting, right? And all of these little things have made it so much easier for them to suffer. So I do like the awareness to it, but I can't stand anything that comes from the NCAA, man. I don't know that I'll ever agree with anything that they have to say.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well, that's why NIL now will level that playing field a little bit, but
a little, but only for a few. It won't.
Only
for everybody.
only for a few.
Yep. Now, if they want their NIL in the college football game, then they can get what was it? $50, $100, $500? What was it? I can't even remember.
2 bits. They're giving them 2 bits.
You were excited about this story. You sent this to me, and you told me who you thought it was going to be.
And that's only because Canadian guy A, who is knee deep in the Toys for Bob world, big YouTuber, big Canadian YouTuber, and seen him at a few of the TB events. So he's got some inside, and this is what he was saying. He put out a video with his best guess as to what this was happening. Nothing's been confirmed yet. This is still conjecture and rumors.
And the fire got stoked a little bit because you can see the time on this, 8:16 a.m. on the 25th. And then just a few hours later, Activision Blizzard, who owns Activision Blizzard now?
Let me think.
Microsoft?
Let me think. I think it might have been Lotus. Lotus 123.
Oh my god.
Word Perfect. Was it Word Perfect?
So you think we're getting another Spyro game, huh?
The rumor from him is that Spyro 4 was in development, and then Toys for Bob went independent, and that was the hope. And so, according to him and his sources, this is what he's been able to piece together.
Yeah. It's funny, Ray, you said bring back Skylanders, because when I see Spyro, I totally think Skylanders, because the Spyro gameplay was almost the exact same as the Skylanders gameplay.
Where's Gingerhead Jim? Where's Jim?
Right.
James Tiberius R.R. Martin. He does a Skylanders stream every 2 weeks.
If I'm not mistaken, can't you play Spyro in Skylanders?
I'm not sure. He is the Skylander expert.
I vaguely remember you could buy a Spyro and put it on the thing, and he would be a playable character. I might be wrong there, but for some reason I thought that. Ray said yes, so I think I'm right. I think you could have played Spyro. So that's really cool, because Spyro's a likable character. You were excited for it, so Ro, you have 2 Spyros. So there you go. Confirmed. Booyah. Sometimes this thing up here works, not all the time. Jeff, you writing your girlfriend? We're doing a show here.
Are we?
It took you a minute to respond. All right, I'm moving us on. More NFL news. The owners' meetings and all that stuff. So a lot of stuff has come out. The NFL is starting this global markets program, right? As they push the game worldwide, right? They hope to have that international conference one day, 4 teams between Frankfurt and Germany and England. And so the teams were all, well, I guess not all the teams, but a lot of teams were given access to start going into those areas and selling their team, right? Put them on TV, get them on the radio, sell the merchandise. I don't know how the countries got picked, and I don't know what influenced each team to there. I don't know if it was players on the team, because I know like Ghana is the Eagles, and when they Nigeria is, that's what it was. Nigeria is the Browns, and 2 of the players on the Browns are of Nigerian descent, right? So like they were on the cover. So
Right.
people there probably know those players. To a lot of kids there, they're probably idols. So that's going to be a nice transition for them. But then I look at like the UK, they got 6 teams, right? It's not that big. And I don't know that football is going to catch on as well there.
I don't know. We have
England, so he tuned in.
We have a UK in here, so he could give his 2 cents. Do they have pennies in the UK? He could give his couple of pence on American football.
The only one that struck me as odd here, though, was Ireland. They got the Jaguars, they got the Jets, and the Steelers. Well, why wouldn't they get the Eagles and the Jets so they could just stay green, Jeff?
Wasn't Woody Johnson? Wasn't he the ambassador to Ireland?
Yeah, for a while. Yep. So it makes sense with the Jaguars too because of their owner Khan, and they've been the team that's played in England the most. So
yeah, he owns one of the soccer teams out there.
Interesting, you got South America, Argentina, Brazil.
So
right? Europe.
So I was messaging Jim on Blue Sky because we had a Skylander question. Now Ray and Crow jumped to help out Jim since Jim was not here.
That's who you were texting.
But I was messaging Jim over on the Blue Sky, and he came a running.
We were wondering about Spyro. Could it be played in Skylanders? And Ray said yes, he has 2 of them. I thought I remembered that you could play as Spyro. So,
and I don't.
Saying that
Jim
Spyro gave me very big vibes of.
Jim has hundreds of Skylanders, and I don't know them all, and nor did he send me the spreadsheet when I went to Woodstock. So I don't know the answer.
I remember being in the toy store like 3 times a week looking for those damn things. I remember dropping hundreds of dollars on these plastic figurines, and then you'd play with them, and then like my son wouldn't like the character, so then it would just sit there, and it's like that thing was $15, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so getting back, Colts would love American football wherever he is. I don't know where he lives.
A couple times a year.
He lives in a shire somewhere, but I don't know which shire.
A shire.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I am not, because I don't even know what a shire is. But everything is a shire over there. Birmingham Shire and London Shire and Edinburgh Shire and Edinburgh Shire and
Edinburgh Shire.
Everything's a shire.
Get out of here.
So I really, I really don't understand.
Well,
I'm just using words probably incorrectly. And he is probably, Worcestershire. Yeah. They stole the name from a bottle of hot sauce to name the city.
Sorry, I'm talking over you, Riley.
I was talking to the chat, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, peace out. Later, home skillet.
Jim says only 3 days a week. I had a circuit: Toys R Us, Target, Walmart, and Epic Games.
And EB Games. Yeah, I didn't look at Walmart, but I did the other 3: Toys R Us, Target, and EB Games, right? And the one that I couldn't find forever it's a female, and she was one of the giants. She was like purple and pink. We couldn't find her.
Purple Haze was a Skylander?
I can't remember what her name was, but then we finally got her, and she was like, one of the giants. So she was like strong and everything. And then I think my son just like stopped using her. My favorite one was the Prism guy. That was mine. You have her, Ray? I don't know what her name was, but we couldn't find her forever. And then when we finally found her, it was like victory, Ninjini. God, there you go. Skylanders pros. Ninjini. That's right. She didn't have no legs. Oh golly! We should do a whole show. We should do a whole Skylanders segment, one show.
Well, then I will be out, and you can bring Ray and Jim in.
Hey.
We did that on Retro Rewind. We had Jim come on and talk about all his Skylanders. So we've actually done that.
And then I tried to get into that Disney one for a while because I thought it would be cool, and then it just bombed. So
And there's
there
a
is
Scarlet.
a Scarlet variant. Oh, okay.
So
Didn't
there
they
you
have
go.
like gold ones or titanium ones or something too at one point? Like the whole thing was gold. Or Jeff had Skylanders. What did he give them all to Oliver or you? So he doesn't have them anymore.
No, I still have them. They're over there.
Oh, he's got them. He's got them, Jim. Just bring your portal over. He'll play. He'll play.
They're right over there. And the PlayStation, it's a disc for the PlayStation. The PlayStation 3 is right here.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Jeff, this might be my favorite story of the week, and not the purchase of the Orioles. I'm kind of setting up the story here a little bit. We talked about the passing of Peter Angelos last week.
We did.
We had teased a couple of weeks ago about the sale of the Orioles, going down.
We did.
Finally got voted on, and now they have a new ownership group, right?
They do. Uh-huh.
So here's my favorite story. The owner walks right into Camden Yards, walks right over the concession area, looks at all the fans, and he goes, "Hey, I'm the new owner of the Orioles. Beer's on me."
Mhm.
We need more leadership like that in this world, Jeff. Need more leadership like that. So awesome. What a way to get your fan base riled up and rooting for you, right?
Mhm.
I don't know why owners don't take more time to personally invest in their fans. They don't want to talk to their fans. They don't want that communication to be open. They like to stay, out of the picture. They'll throw events. They'll pay for events. It's all part of the gig, right? You got the
Marketing.
cheerleaders over here at this event.
Marketing.
You got the tent over here with the old alumni signing footballs. I might show up, wave, shake my hand, take a picture. But you don't ever really see the owners get into it with the fans. And so whether this was all to get people hyped up or not, I just thought it was so freaking cool. And to see younger owners. I mean, he's not some 70-year-old, oil tycoon or something that just bought a team. He looks a little younger. So you were just talking, about NCAA needing to get some, the ownership groups need to get some new people in too, man.
Can you translate Holtz's comment?
Yes. He says, "I live in the city in the leading UK league." Do you know what that is?
I do not.
Okay. It says joint second in Europe. Okay. Heck, where OG City Hut heck, there is 4 over places around the world.
Individually, a few of those words I understood. But strung together, having the foggiest idea of what he's babbling about.
He lives in Manchester.
He does?
I'm pretty sure.
I have no
Is
idea.
it? You live in Liverpool, Holtz, or is it Manchester?
Oh, Ray is yelling. Ray is yelling.
Liverpool? Well, they're right beside each other. They're like 30 minutes away from each other. So whichever one, he's from there. Somebody would probably fight me because I said that, like they're from there instead of there. You remember that old ESPN commercial, Jeff? And I think you would have seen it because of ESPN, but it was showing like the red and the blue for like Manchester United and Manchester City. And there's literally like a street down the road where if you live on this side, you like blue, and if you live on this side, you like red. It's like a super segregated area.
Oh,
and Holtz can correct me if I'm wrong there.
Purple Haze is here just almost at the right time.
I got Jeff to talk about Wembenyama, Purple.
No, we didn't. But we did talk about destroying. We did talk about destroying, Perp. We did
talk about the NCAA president wanting to stop prop bets.
She doesn't care about that.
What did you say that she was going to talk about? You had said that she was going to talk about one. Did we get to it yet?
We have not.
Oh, well, that's why. So good thing she's here.
I know.
You sent this one over to me. So Embracer Group has officially divested Gearbox Entertainment, selling the division to Take-Two for $460. That seems a little light. No?
You know what I'm hoping? Do you know what
Borderlands is a big franchise getting a movie.
But Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
they could bring. Do you think Take-Two will make a new Duke Nukem game? And do you think, and if they tried to, would Duke Nukem get canceled? in today's, environment, when he's going in and hanging out at strip clubs and all the words that he says, and
I don't know if that's going to
fly. Do you think?
Damn it, Holtz. I thought you were in Manchester. He's in Liverpool. And that's where I was, which is why he was upset that I wasn't there. Damn it. I stayed at that Beatles hotel that is what was it next to? It was next to that bank that they filmed the Batman scene at or something like that. That's what the tour guide told us. So if you know where I was, then you'll know where I was.
But you didn't see Holtz when you were in.
I didn't know. Didn't you say he was in Canada when I was there or something?
I don't know. He was here and he didn't see Bruce Campbell.
Ah, yes.
Then he was here.
Yes. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up.
Yeah.
So 460.
Actually, I don't think he saw any Canadian. He just hung out with Mr. Lewis.
I
don't think
Mr.
he saw
Lewis
any.
Is not in Canada.
He's not, but he went down to stinky New Jersey to see Mr. Lewis, but he didn't hang out with any Canadians. But anyways, So Embracer Group
did you look down or did you look up? You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Embracer Group has sold Gearbox to, and there may or may not have been layoffs.
May or may not.
We may not talk about that. But Take Two. Maybe we'll see Duke. Maybe we'll see Duke Nukem in GTA 6.
Maybe Duke Nukem will make an appearance in the Borderlands movie.
Oh, maybe.
That would be dope, actually.
That would be
awesome. Crossover.
That would be.
All right, 80s babies. Let me have your attention, please. All right? Let me have your attention, 80s kids. All right? I'm not talking about you born in 89 MFers. I'm talking about the 80s kids. All right? Maybe some of you late 70s kids. But the greatest cartoon to ever grace the planet, Thundercats, is getting a movie made about it. And the director, Adam Wingard, has said with all of his heart that it will stay so true to the original that you won't even know the difference. All right? And it's music to my ears because I love Thundercats. I somewhere still have a Thundercat sword. And I used to walk around the house yelling thunder, Thundercats. Ho! Jeff, you never did because you were out.
No, because I was a teenager and
73 counts. Yes,
I was a teenager. So therefore,
I feel like Ray and I were the same teenager, right? Because when Ray was a teenager is when Thundercats was early teenager, right? Ray.
It came out in 85, so Ray would 85, have been
so 12 going into 13, so almost a teen, right? And when I was that age, Power Rangers became really big.
Duke has been reflecting on his life choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would go home after school and watch Power Rangers, which is something that like a little kid probably should have been. But I was hooked in it. I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, wow, I'm gonna kick some ass now. Let's go. So kind of like great.
I think Crow would like a He-Man movie. Crow has some He-Man stuff.
Movie?
I think he would have that.
Yeah. Here's Purple Haze checking me like she always does. That's why I'm glad you're here. Because I did say greatest. I don't know. There's some good ones. Voltron, He-Man, G.I. Joe. There's My Little Pony was good. Strawberry Shortcake was good. Yep. But Thundercats. Oh! Yeah. Well, hey, to each their own. Because if we really want to get into it, okay, if I had to goat it out, I'd probably go Tom and Jerry. What about you, Jeff? If you had to go to cartoon, what would it be?
Cartoon?
Yeah.
A goat?
Yeah.
going Flintstones.
Flintstones, okay.
I'm going Flintstones.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm going Flintstones.
Yeah,
He says that he would have met you as I was a bus stop sissy from him.
He meant to say away.
Oh, I only learned afterwards that he could Spaceman and Bruce and a bunch of others. So there you go.
That's unfortunate because yes.
Crow Resin disagrees with you. He liked He-Man and Voltron more than the cats.
That's okay. To each their own.
I get a feeling. Remember, I'm older than all of you people, so I never watched the. Somebody put a post on Threads asking which was their favorite Batman, and I commented Adam West.
Adam West. That's how I started watching Batman.
And when they ask who my favorite Superman is, George Reeves. Not Christopher.
Yeah, you're going
George.
Old school.
Because, again, that's the first Superman I watched. Right? Purple wants a proper sequel to The Secret of NIMH.
That's more like
Ray's voting for Transformers.
Movie, though, right? Transformers.
Squids is here.
Obviously iconic, right?
GoBots, Transformers.
I used to love watching cartoons. There were so many good ones, you know. I'm sure we could spend hours just running off all the different cartoons.
Jim is hearing Purple's pain.
Speed Racer.
I actually auto-corrected that to MASH, and I'm like, that's
all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, all the Disney cartoons. Like, damn. Again, Woody Woodpecker,
love Howdy Doody.
Gumby. That wasn't really a cartoon, it was claymation, but still. All right, moving along. Thundercats. I'm gonna check it out. All right, I don't even know what the hell this is, Jeff. What is this?
Just name it a cartoon, but Crow likes to slip this in every half an hour. Diablo 4 on Game Pass. every half hour, he just likes to slip that in. Whether it's relevant or not, Crow just wants to stick that in. He just wants
more people to jump in so he can beat them up. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at the same time,
Finnegan's Wake. What is this book? What is Finnegan's? Is it like a never-ending book or something? Why did it take them so long to read this?
Okay, so this is a bit of an older story, but we never got a chance to touch on it because it only just surfaced in my feed in the last week or two. And this was actually happened at the end of last year.
Sorry.
Just give him money. Oh, why am I so far behind? I am so far behind. Okay, I don't know what happened to here. This all got. Jeff was watching Howdy Doody. Jeff watched Superman in the 50s. Well, you know. The Secret of NIMH could use more characters. Just saying.
I used to love staying home sick from school when I was a kid so that I could watch Batman, watch The Love Boat, watch Gilligan's Island.
Jim is older than me, and I didn't watch You didn't watch Black and White Superman with George Reeves? Oh, Ron Slusher's here. If the never-ending story is never-ending, how come it ends in 3? In Final Fantasy, it's like Final Fantasy 407. Like, when is the Final Fantasy actually going to be the final? Like, why is there it's the same sort of thing.
Well, I mean, why do you drive on a parkway and park on a driveway?
I call it subliminal advertising for Diablo. At some point, it'll be worth playing. Ron Slusher is here. We already commented on Ron. All right. So, yes.
In England, it's called a car park.
So yes. So, yes, after 28 years, a California book club finally finished its first book, Finnegan's Wake. And this is not a joke in how book clubs don't actually read books. No. They assigned it themselves. This is a real news story about a group of readers in Venice, California. Raymond. This goes back to Raymond. It's founded by a fellow by the name of Jerry Faila, who started reading Finnegan's Wake, written by James Joyce. You may have heard of him. They started reading it in 1995, and they just finished it last October. At first, they were reading 2 pages a month, but eventually slowed down to just 1 page. Why? Do you know anything about Finnegan's Wake? And whenever I get wrong, Crow is gonna fact check me on this. Finnegan's Wake is a notoriously dense and experimental book released in 1939. Jim Joyce himself took 17 years to write it and is mostly written in idiosyncratic prose with a crap load of made-up words, portmanteaus, and references to 80 different languages. It lacks any narrative conventions and is thick with literary and historical allusions. Stream of consciousness, writing and free association. There is an ongoing debate on whether it is even set and who the characters are. One book club member said it is 620 to things that look like typographical errors, and as a James Joyce expert has said, you have to accept that no one person is really going to get it. So yes, it would make sense that it would take a group of people tackling one page at a time to even attempt to figure it out. James Joyce himself described the perfect reader of Finnegan's Wake as someone suffering from an ideal insomnia, and the demand that I make of my reader is that he should devote his entire life to reading my works. And people in California, and this California group isn't the only one doing it. There are more than 50 Finnegan Wake book clubs worldwide. He and fellow Joyce scholars are were on track to finish it in 14 years. There's a group in Austin, Texas that looking at a 24-year haul, and in Zurich they started in 1984 and has read the book 3 times in the 40 years. You asked, I answered the question.
It sounds like one hell of a club, let me tell you what. Is it one of those stories that like you can read it different ways? Because I read something about like the book owner said like even though they're done, they're not done.
Correct.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Something
torture.
You gotta have like 80 tabs open when you're reading the book.
Oh my god!
How did this story win over my Waffle House story?
That's what I was laughing at. Oh god!
I don't fact check book clubs on holiday.
Finnegan's Wake is done by
typo errors in a weird narrative sounds like me and where I am from.
Oh, that's funny.
And then Jim, what? There's a waffle? Yes, there's a Waffle House story.
Just y'all stop reading the show notes, all right? Let's get there. NFL, more NFL news. They are opening bids for what service would like to stream games.
So we didn't mention this earlier, but yes, so they are doing 2 Christmas Day games. This for the 3rd time ever. Last year they did 2 games, and they're like, "Hey, Christmas is on Monday. We always do Monday Night Football, so we're gonna do 2 games." But then everyone's like, "Hey, Christmas is on a Wednesday. What the heck are you doing?" You know who's pissed off about this? The National Basketball Association, because they've had the monopoly on Christmas Day games. Fine. So, okay, now they're gonna put up for bids. You know who I'm guessing? Here's my hot take. You know who I'm guessing? Netflix. I'm putting my money on Netflix right now. 50 million, Netflix. Let's go. It's going to be on Netflix.
Interesting.
Reed is also voting for the Waffle House story.
Well, then let's get on to the Waffle House story. But first,
you know what? I think we need a new segment where the chat submits stories.
They give us a story to talk about.
Give Give us a story because we seem to be. Here we go. So I sent this. I sent this to Purple Haze to discuss on her show last week. Before Holtz and Lo-Fi come in to talk about nonsense. No offense, Holtz. Anyways, Microsoft cautions developers to avoid curvy characters that identify as female and in story below.
Yeah. So Niche Gamer here actually put out the article saying that this was in some correspondence. Of course, everybody kind of picked this up and ran with it. You know, Microsoft hates women, all this other stuff. And of course, you got all the horny guys that are like, you know, I love my female characters with curves, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that everything.
Oh shit, Purple! Did I say that out loud? Did I say that? Did I say that out loud, Purple? Sorry.
I think there's probably good intentions here, but I think sometimes the message is not delivered correctly from the Microsoft team lately. So interesting. But you know who's not going to worry about that, Jeff?
No.
PlayStation. I mean, half of the JRPG, the anime type games. I'm thinking about what was the fighting game that they had, like the girls could fight in there, and then they made like a volleyball game out of the like fighter girls that they were all in like skimpy clothes and stuff. Like it's not going to go away on that side. So, you know.
As a guy that plays retro games, including Leisure Suit Larry and other things, female characters have always been over attributed in.
They have. And I could do without the over attributed, but I don't think that they should just go around making stick figures because that's not how everybody is, right? So I do understand the over exaggeration.
I'd be okay if they gave a few of the characters, if they bring back Duke Nukem, give him a pot belly and some.
Duke Nukem a lot tonight.
give him a pot belly and maybe some man boobs. You know,
you are for Duke Nukem what Crow is for Diablo 4 on Game Pass.
Oh, that very well could be.
Oh, all right. We're getting there. Waffle House is coming, folks. Waffle House is coming. Opening day prices for Major League Baseball, Jeff. The World Series defending champion Texas Rangers topped out at $285.
Mm-hmm.
While the Miami Marlins had the least expensive ticket at $13.
I don't know. I don't know what it costs. I don't know what, Jim, do you know what it costs to go to a Blue Jay game? I don't know what it costs on opening day to go to a Blue Jay game. I should have fact checked that.
Get a live extreme. Yes.
And I wonder.
Thank you.
I also wonder, Ray, I wonder what an opening day ticket in Oakland today.
There was a boycott in Oakland.
Are they still in Oakland? Are they still playing in Oakland? Anybody know?
They are this season. They got to get a stadium built. But there was like maybe 1,500 people that showed up to the opening day game. It was nobody there. So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You have waited patiently long enough, Crow Resin. So now everybody gets to know what the Waffle House story is all about. Jeffy, I'm letting you take this one because I know you guys have talked about this one a lot.
I barely know what this is. I barely know what this. I don't even know what Waffle House is. So Crow Resin had to give me the TLDR on it.
That's all right.
So,
that's all right.
Yeah.
So set us up. What's the TLDR?
And
then I'll fill in the Waffle House part.
I guess Waffle House is known for fist fighting. It's kind of I'm paraphrasing what Crow Resin and Crow Resin's probably. That's not what I said, but I guess they're known for having fights and whatever, and so they want in the next.
Well, they're known for waffles, Jeff.
Oh, are they? Oh,
that's why it's a house of waffles.
Okay. $93 for Blue Jay tickets. Oh, that's nice.
The teching director has been kind of harped on by fans to create a level in the game that is the backdrop is Waffle House. Waffle House has been very famous over the years because it is one of the only places that's open 24 hours to get something to eat.
What about the IHOP? What about IHOP? I know IHOP.
It's not open 24 hours.
It's not?
No. So Waffle House is 24 hours. and you can go in
I was
and
told not to visit
sit
Waffle.
down, grab your grab your little menu on the table. You can order it. The waitress will be like, she'll just yell out what you say. So you're like, yeah, I'd like to get this waffle and scrambled eggs. One waffle, scrambled eggs. And then go back to taking the rest of the order, right? And do the same thing for the rest of the table. It'll come out. It'll be delicious, but it's definitely not cooked on something that's sanitary. There have been videos that have come out of people making their own food at Waffle House in the early morning hours because the people there are sleeping that are supposed to be working. But, there's an old saying, and I'm probably going to screw it up, but nothing good happens after midnight, right?
I've heard that.
That tends to be the case in some of the rougher areas where Waffle Houses are, and people get into fights, and people have been shot, and there's a scene in North Carolina. I read Ray's comment there. Not a scene in North Carolina. There's a scene at Waffle House in those late hours. So very funny that people have suggested this. It sucks that the tech and director doesn't understand why that is funny, but that's why Waffle House would make a good backdrop, Jeff.
I go to a Waffle House downtown Hamilton on some street. I don't know. I go to a Waffle House down on some street. They have a nice table outside. They have a little flower. It's a great setup. But they only serve waffles on Sundays. It's great. It's a great setup though.
I absolutely love Waffle House. Yes, I get it.
Have you seen the Waffle House video of the customer
Probably
throwing a
gross to
chair
some
and
people.
the cashier catches it?
But that
I have
recipe for that waffle, it's like sweet. It is such a good waffle. It is such a good waffle. I love Waffle House. I grew up going to Waffle House when I was a kid. We would go on trips up and down I-95. Whenever we would go south, we would always stop at Waffle House and eat. So much different time now than, in those 80s on the road trips and stuff. Just a totally different level of service, a totally different level of care for these places, So
They only clean Waffle House once a week on Sunday.
I don't even know if it's Sunday, to be quite honest with you, but yeah, it's not. They do food rating scores here for the state of North Carolina, Jeff. I don't know if they do something like that up where you are, but everybody has to post their score. Like you go to the drive-through window and the score is posted in the drive-through window. It's out of 100. And the worst I've ever seen at a restaurant that I've gone into is a 94, which is like, it might as well be a 0, a 94. Okay. I would guess Waffle House is probably somewhere in the 80s on that scale. Which is not good. Is not good. So there you go. All right. Waffle House story. All right. We're going back to football. UFL. I love kickers. I wanted to be a kicker. I told you the kicking rules were great. Here you go. This is Jake Bates. This is who Ray was talking about earlier. 49ers are going to sign.
No,
he gets
waffle is not a crepe. It's more like a pancake.
Crepe is a pancake. He goes out there for a 64-yard field goal, which is also the record in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, right? Isn't that what Justin Tucker hit?
It is. And fun fact, in that stadium, to those same uprights.
Yes. Yep. From the same spot on the field.
Yep.
And so he hits this field goal here from 64, which is incredible, but they called a timeout before he kicked it, so the field goal is no good. Well,
ice him. He didn't even know what icing the kicker was.
That's a brutal place to be as the kicker. You just nailed a 64. You just tied the NFL record for a field goal. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he lines back up. Mm-hmm. What does he do?
Fake punt. Oh, wrong game.
He lines back up. Well, that's the replay. Oh, here we go. He's going to line back up here. There we go. So line it back up. So coach iced him. He says, screw you. You haven't kicked a field goal since high school. You're not going to make this one. That was a fluke. Jake Bates walks up. He says, hold my beer. He takes his 3 steps back. He takes his 2 to the left. He does his little shimmy of his shoulders. He takes a breath. Holder calls hike. Jake Bates kicks it. Puts the damn ball through the uprights again, Jeff. He made 2 64-yard field goals in a row. Not only is that highly improbable, but it is so freaking impressive because it was a game winner. Do you know how much stress that is? And to top it all off, I already mentioned it a little bit, but he hasn't kicked a field goal since he was in high school. He played out, I want to say it was like a Texas school. He didn't take a kick. He transferred to Auburn. I think it was Auburn. And they made him a kickoff specialist. So he never got to kick a field goal. If people knew he was making 64-yarders under pressure, I'm sure they would have kept him around. Amazing. Good job, Jake Bates.
Yep.
Good job.
Ray, you got Jake Moody. You don't need anybody else.
Jake Moody. Last story here for the show.
Hey, can I say one thing? Can we say one thing? So that's why we have spring football, right? The XFL MVP 2 years ago is now on the Dallas Cowboys. Other people, their coaches and scout, they're watching these games, and these guys are coming and getting NFL tryouts. So, that's
who was the quarterback that played today that was in the NFL? Matt Corral, right?
Matt Corral, he played for Carolina. AJ McLaren played yesterday. But he's a backup in the NFL, but he's starting in the US, and he'd rather play in front of his kids.
That's what the story was on him last year. Yeah.
Right?
So, but they were showing some highlights of Corral today, and he had like 10-yard scrambles and stuff. And then the caption I read was, "This guy couldn't play better than Zach Wilson."
Yeah.
So pretty funny. Tom Brady's bid to have a minority stake in the Raiders was shut down by the owners. They said, "No, Tom, you have won enough. Sit your ass over there and let us do what we do." Right. So Tom Brady finally loses.
Well, the owners don't want the Raiders aren't going to win. We don't want the Raiders to win. They're perennial looters. No offense, Kevin. No offense, Kevin. No offense, Raider guy 87.
To them. This is a business transaction. He wants more money.
He does.
That's all.
Only because he lost a crap ton on FTX, and that's what we should have put. We're not going to talk about the XTF guy going to jail.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. All right. Well, we've gotten to the best part of the show, and that's where you're going to give me some guesses. You said it's about Easter. You told me you're going to help me out because I'm stupid. So thank you. So are you ready? I guess is all I have to ask you.
I was born ready.
All right. Well, that means it's now time for the Easter version of 5 guesses.
Excellent.
There we go.
Well, in honor of Easter, and I'm not going to help you, but I'm going to be very loosey-goosey with the answers. So as long as you are in the ballpark of the answer, then I will accept it. And this is coming from candyfunhouse.com.
Okay. I like candy, Jeff. This is good. It's a good topic for me.
Top 10 Easter candies.
Oh, man. Are you ready? My first guess is going to be jelly beans.
So I don't want 10% off my first order. Thank you, though.
Is that too specific?
It is not. Again, they have
not specific enough.
At number 4, they have Starburst original jelly beans. So I will accept that.
All right, hold on a second.
I didn't know Starburst.
Who's this from?
Candyfunhouse.ca.
Okay, so this is a Canadian company.
Well,
when you were a kid, did you eat Starburst jelly beans or did you eat Jelly Bellies?
See, I just ate jelly beans. I don't know where they were from.
That's what they were. The brand was Jelly Belly jelly beans. That was like the brand. That's all.
That's why I said I was going to be
Starburst. I was like,
and see, number 1 has UK in the name. So that's why I said I'm being loosey-goosey with the answers. So,
Okay.
like, I'm taking jelly beans as,
All right, I'll keep going. I'll play.
Yeah.
How about Peeps?
Yeah. Peeps marshmallow flavor. Oh, wait. I lied. Peeps marshmallow Chick's cotton candy it has here as number two.
Okay.
They
How about
also
the chocolate bunny rabbit?
They also have Peeps marshmallow flavored gummies at number 6.
Okay.
So one answer, two choice, two correct.
Peeps are so gross. If y'all are ever in or near DC and you go to the National Harbor, they have a Peeps store there at National Harbor. You can get like a gigantic Peep that's like the size of a freaking human. I don't know who would ever want to eat that. It's so gross. Oh God, just thinking about that makes me sick. Oh, all right. Chocolate bunny rabbit. Milk chocolate bunny rabbit.
So
Chocolate
again, huh?
Chocolate eggs. Chocolate something.
So I'm gonna give you the Cadbury white cream eggs. Cadbury cream eggs.
Okay,
it has white. I don't know why.
Okay.
It has and I've never even heard of this, Cocoa Pebbles milk chocolate Easter bunny. That's why I said I was being loosey-goosey, because I've never heard of a Cocoa Pebbles flavored or version of it, but Easter bunny, solid Easter bunny, that's...
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
How about, you said it already, it was going to be my next guess, but like the hard shell Cadbury eggs. Yeah.
That's the Cadbury white cream eggs. That's number 5.
Number 5. Okay.
Yeah.
They
also have Hershey's extra creamy solid milk chocolate foiled eggs. That's very specific. But again,
those are the chocolate eggs I would think about, but I don't know that they're Hershey's or whatever, right? How about
any other guesses?
How about, again, it's not going to be specific enough. How about bubblegum eggs? Like double bubble.
They have number 7, double bubble eggs gumball carton. Never even heard of this. That's why I said I was going to be loosey-goosey.
Go.
That's why I said I was going to be loosey-goosey with the answers, because I'm like, these are oddly specific, whereas you can be a little more. But look at that, you nailed that. Never even heard of that. I think you've got
Carly. What's some English candy?
So Crow just got number 1.
Oh, come on, Crow. Would you Google it or something? I don't know, like flake or a crunchy or something like that.
I think you've kind of said it. Candy. So it says number 1 is Cadbury Mini Eggs UK.
Oh, those are the ones I was talking about with the hard candy shell on them.
Is that what you were talking about? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the ones you were talking about have the soft, gooey center.
Oh, was it?
Those have, they're small.
Oh, yeah, extra creamy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Sweet. Hey, that's not bad. I did all right.
It wouldn't be Easter without Cadbury mini eggs. These pastel-colored milk chocolate-filled eggs are one of the ultimate candy choices. Starting with that sweet and delicious crunch of the candy coating before you're met with a smooth and delectable, rich tasting milk chocolate. Downstairs. And I've never heard of Cocoa Pebbles. Hop in the bedroom.
Cocoa Pebbles is a cereal, right?
Yeah, I didn't. So, and they've got this.
To say that'd be like saying that you got fruit punch, but it was Hawaiian punch flavored fruit punch. You know, like it's specific as to what the flavoring is.
Yeah. And then they got the Peeps. They got this double boot. And they number 8, Nerds Easter Rope.
Damn it. That would have been the next thing I was going to say. Except I was going to say the clusters because that's what my kids got.
And then 10, Candy Funhouse Easter Fun Boxes.
I would not have guessed that.
No. Again, that's why I was being very. Ray said Hershey Kisses. Yeah, that's.
When I was a kid, it was really.
I've never heard of mini eggs or going too bad over 2
chocolate
decades.
Eggs and like the chocolate Easter bunny with like the candy eyeballs.
Skittles.
Like, that's all you ever got. I never got Skittles for Easter.
Never heard of Robin's eggs. Must be a California thing.
Do you know what the malt chocolate balls are, Jeff? Like Oh, what are they
Oh,
called?
yeah, those Maltesers.
Yeah. Like those, the robin eggs are like that.
Oh, okay, Sour
It's just an
Patch.
egg. Yeah.
Well, white. Well, wait. A white cream egg is the most horrifying thing you can have.
Imagine biting into this egg.
Oh yeah, the big Laura Secord. So Laura Secord was a chocolate store, and they
Mm.
used to get them with you. Did they write your name on it? Did you write James? Because that would have been
Was there stuff
longer than
inside of
Jim.
it?
Sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were just hollow. Sometimes they were solid. But they used to. So they're under the thing. There would be one with all our names on it. No, liked having the name Jeffrey because there was more of the little white Jeffrey, as opposed to my brother Greg, who had just had 4 dopey little letters.
Holtz, my in-laws
M&Ms,
are English.
Hershey's.
If you've never heard me say before, they're from like the Nottingham area, and so English candy has been in my house, ever since my wife and I got together. So Flakes and Crunchies, those are her 2 favorite. So when we went over there, of course, we had to go to like every candy store and like try to find like specific Flakes and specific Crunchies. Actually, where we stayed in Liverpool, there was like a little market next door, and they had quite a bit. So that was a good grab. Mac Teasers, yeah, the little malt balls that come in the cardboard box. I actually have them in my fridge downstairs. Told you we got some.
Oh yeah,
some
Whoppers
English
are horrible.
here.
Oh yeah, Whoppers are horrible.
Whoppers, that's what I'm.
Oh, is that what you're thinking of? Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the robin eggs are. They're like they're like Whoppers.
Ugh, that's horrible stuff. That is
Jeff,
horrible.
That wasn't bad. That was a long.
No, and again, I thought there'd be some discrepancy and whatnot, so I was a little sort of loosey goosey. Like you said, Peeps. I accepted Peeps, no matter what you said around Peeps. Right? They have these Peeps marshmallow gummy things, but
Peeps are Peeps.
Peeps are Peeps. I would have taken.
Do you like Peeps?
No, I can take them or leave them.
Yeah.
Oh, they have 2 different Peeps on here. I've never even heard of cotton candy flavored Peeps, but
I like putting my candy in the freezer, and I know people will probably say that I'm an idiot for doing that for my teeth, but I don't know, man. There's something about cold chocolate or like those Andes mints that you can get at the restaurant sometimes. Like it's like a chocolate. It's chocolate with like a mint chocolate in the middle. Just like a little flat chocolate bar that you can get at the restaurant.
You want a Whopper?
Like
go to McDonald's. Go to Burger King. You want a Whopper, right?
In the freezer, man. You put those little Andes things in the freezer and they crunch. Oh, so good. So good. I love candy, so can't help it.
Ray hate Peeps.
I have a sweet tooth. Like my wife's family's over here today and we're talking about like all this stuff. We were like mixing up a bunch of drinks. By the way, if anybody likes tequila, okay, or if you don't like tequila,
I like the song.
I suggest that if you're ever around tequila, you should try tequila and apple juice. Please don't tell me I'm gross until you try it. It might be my new favorite drink. It was freaking delicious. Tequila and apple juice. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. So good. So good. So that was my afternoon, tequila and apple juice.
Only time I put chocolates in the fridge is because I did it last week. Is because I got the little mini eggs, just from Walmart. You know, they come in the the little mesh thing, and I left them in the car, and they had kind of melted. So I stuck them in the fridge to harden them up, and then
help them
along.
Wait, how hot was it that they melted?
It was good warm. We had a warm day, and they were sitting in my.
What was it today?
What was it today?
Was it warm or was it cold? Are you guys getting that cold front?
Oh, yeah, it was in the 50s.
I know my nephew is up in North Dakota. He finally made it up there for his.
They're getting snow.
Yeah, when we called him today, he was like, "It's 20 degrees here." We were like, "It's 82. We're drinking." So poor guy. You like Peeps? Maybe that's what's wrong with you, Crow. Maybe that's why you can't find good friends.
That's right, baby.
Smart guy right here.
Apple and tequila, baby. Apple and tequila.
I'm telling you what, man. Apple juice and tequila. Holy cow. I never thought in a million years it would have been as good as it was. It was freaking delicious. Delicious.
Is it going to show me the poll? So apparently 53.
Oh, what was your poll?
53% say over the top.
Yeah.
30% don't care.
Yeah.
15% don't put it on the roll. That's
Because
according
if
to the
not,
patent.
then-
That's according to the patent. And
Yeah.
I just don't care. I just whatever.
I'll be honest with you. That was a big argument in my house many years ago because I used to put it on from under because I was like, oh, it pulls better, like coming down, like gravity, right? And then my wife showed me a video and it made all the sense to me. So now I do it over the top.
I just said you should be happy.
Oh my gosh. Like Joey Chestnut. Oh, there's nothing worse than a peep, but maybe a peep dunked in water. Oh my God. Oh, Crow. I'm just picturing them all sitting at a table. His brother is just and they're all sitting there like, look at this weirdo over here. I feel like it would melt if it got wet. I understand that's why he did it to eat them, but I feel like it would melt before it got to his mouth.
You're gonna have to try it.
Oh.
Ray, you got to try it. Ray, you got to make a video.
Oh no, that's pretty much how it went down. Oh golly. Oh, golly. We used to do egg roulette when my kids were younger. We used to hard boil some eggs and then leave some eggs, uncooked. And you would just have to pick one from the container and you'd have to smash it on your forehead. So you were either smashing a fresh egg or you would get the hard boiled one. We stopped doing that after I got my third concussion. So
after the concussion. So that, folks, explains everything about Ryzak. That explains. Now we know why he wants to talk about Wemby all the time.
Because Wemby's amazing.
Because from the CTE. CTE is serious, folks. And
19 years old, 40-point triple-double.
Victor.
That was an amazing game. Brunson had 61 or something like that. That was an amazing game. This is the whole game.
What?
I did not try after 8. I did not try.
Oh, you can unmute yourself?
I can.
Oh, damn, you can unmute yourself. Didn't know you could unmute yourself. Oh, crap. I didn't know that.
Oh, your powers aren't all that powerful. You said earlier, Holtz, that
this thing doesn't have a boo? Oh, it just got chance and cheer.
You eat baked beans with your waffle or your crepe or whatever. I love baked beans. I've never eaten them for breakfast. And when we went over on our trip, most of the places that we stayed, there was like a buffet style breakfast in every single one. I'd see people just loading up their plates with baked beans. And I'm like, man, this is going to be a rough day for them if that's how they're starting. Because the old song, beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. But the more you toot, the better you feel. So eat some beans with every meal. It was definitely a Brit that made that song. Oh, but the one thing I did really love was the bacon was thick cut. It was thick cut bacon wherever we went. So
nice.
That was always good.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different. You get
Crow likes a good full English breakfast.
It was not bad at all. I just didn't have the beans. That's the only thing I didn't do. It's interesting to go to other countries and see the differences in the food, especially, right? Because like the McDonald's chicken nuggets that Holtz gets are not the McDonald's chicken nuggets that I get, right? Because there's certain products that are not allowed to be used in the food in the UK, right? There's different additives and things that we use here that they are not allowed to use there. And so the chicken nuggets have a different taste, where ours are very salty and you can really taste that oil and stuff in them. Theirs are not like that. And so we went to McDonald's that first night because dinner wound up being a bust. And we were like, we're just going to get some chicken nuggets. I put that first one in my mouth. I was like, what the fuck is this? It did not taste like a chicken nugget to me, right? But I'm sure that people from there would probably come over here and be like, "Oh my god, this isn't a chicken nugget." You know what I mean? So, always interesting.
When I was 19, we did a little tour of England, me and my buddy Kendall, and we went to Paris and Amsterdam and Brussels and Germany and this, that, and the other. And we always knew if worse comes to worse, we could get something at McDonald's because it was always the same and it was always going to be. I've never been to the UK, so I can't speak to that. But we always, if we didn't know where else to eat, we would go to McDonald's because we always knew it was what we were expecting. If we didn't know what else we were going to expect, so.
What was it? I'm trying to remember. My kids would correct me if I'm wrong. I think we ordered a lemonade and they brought a Sprite. And then I think my son ordered orange juice, but it was Orangina. It wasn't like orange juice. You know, Orangina, like that carbonated, orange juice stuff. So just, just like a little different. You get so accustomed to ordering things a certain way or saying things a certain way, and somewhere else it, might be completely different. So it was a big eye opener to me when we went over there, like the McDonald's thing, because that's always what I've said. If we go somewhere and I don't like the food, I'll just find a McDonald's, but it might not necessarily be the same. So,
Yep.
I did not try the sweet chili sauce or the curry sauce. I didn't even know that those were options. So no, I did not. I'm a sweet and sour guy. I mean, I'm barbecue and sweet and sour. I'm there.
There you
go. That's where I'm at.
There you go. All right, that's it. That's a wrap on the show.
What do you got going on this week?
Oh my God, let's see. Oh, you didn't watch my retro stream, so you missed me kill it in Tetris.
What level did you get to? Double digits?
It was so high. It was so high. I think I almost broke that kid's high score, but I didn't want to ruin the kid. Yeah,
you didn't.
So
he just got the record. It would be kind of rude to break it.
It would.
It would so quickly.
Yeah, and there were other games that I wanted to play as well. Yeah, there was some other. Jim thought it was such a great time. Jim was wanted to come here, and he wanted to play as well. He's like, "Oh my God, Jeff, you're amazing! I want you to come." And he was gonna come here, and
I can see this is sarcastic.
What? No. I will make a video. I will make a video of me playing Tetris. I will make a video, and you will see. You will see.
I don't know, man. You just keep sending me videos of you in your pajamas, so that's all I ever get from you. I wake up and it's like new message from Jeff, and I open it. It's him in his pajamas dancing to like some Hallmark tune or something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's funny because I feel like I go look at the video and it has like 6 likes or 6 views, and I'm like, man, I just watched this 6 times.
Did you didn't? What about the one me on us? Me on.
There's some things I just don't want to see, Jeff. His toes are up in the air.
I showed it to my son. He goes, "Yeah, that's not creepy. You showing it up at a park with a camera on a tripod."
Mom, there's the stranger dangers in the park again. Oh my God. Did you have the bunny ears on? That would have really made it. It probably would have made the news too. Oh man, the Hamilton Easter Bunny strikes again. Oh God damn it, Jeff. Oh. Whew. OnlyFans foot fetish videos. That was the pinned video on his Oh my God. All right, I'm done.
I sent it to you so you can show it to Carly.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure she'll enjoy it. Oh. Oh, God damn it. All right, so you're doing Call to Arms tomorrow.
We're doing Call to Arms tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, we might be launching the new JMG Cozy Game Series, or we might not. We may fail it and shroud it again. We tried and shroud it on Saturday night, and we got to the
cozy. What is a cozy game?
You don't know what a cozy, you know your cozy games like your Everdream Valley, your Palias, your what's it nots, the cozy games.
No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I saw that Hot Wheels Unleashed Recharged was on Game Pass, so I downloaded that, played the first race.
Of course you did.
That's my jam, Jeff.
Of course you did.
Diablo 4 is on Game Pass as well.
Oh, who knew? Who knew?
Crow Resin, did you hear that Diablo 4 is on Game Pass? Oh,
so it might be a cozy game. We might launch some.
I feel like if you put the word cozy in front of something, it means that you're going to be in like pajamas and slippers and maybe like a robe. Maybe you'll put a fire on one of the TVs behind you or something.
I could do that.
That's what I feel when I hear the word cozy.
You guys all know this. I am in pajamas when I'm streaming. Because you can only see always.
Yeah, always. It does not matter.
Ryzak has seen the behind the scenes when I get up and move around.
Yeah. What's really scary though is when he actually changes his pants with the camera on, and then the full banana hammock is there. He says he doesn't wear underwear. It's just so tight you can't see it. But it is there.
It wasn't raining today, Ray. Didn't need a rain. It wasn't raining today.
If he was wearing a raincoat, it would only be because he's selling watches on the inside to the kids at the playground. Shit. Hey kid, could you give me a little push? Oh shit. I'm stuck on that now, Jeff. I'm not going to be able to go to bed for like an hour. Be thinking about this fucking picture of you on a swing set with your toes pointed to the sky.
Well, how else do you get some momentum to go on the swing?
But you never see it because people are wearing shoes. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, I'm crying. This is bad.
I sent you the properly branded video.
Oh, okay. Whew.
You can show Carly the foot mouth on how it's actually done. Ooh. This is how you make the content, Carly.
So you're gonna cozy up with the guys on Wednesday. What do you do?
Possibly. Oh,
Are you retroing Tetris again?
This week, no. I'm getting into The Great Escape. Do you ever see the Steve McQueen movie, Great Escape? Yeah. You want to see me in a motorcycle jumping fences? That
was actually one of the questions on our trivia game today. It was about the question was about a movie. The answer was Steve McQueen. So.
There you go. I also got I did a video. I got some new games. I got the Golden Compass. I got King Kong on the PlayStation 2. And I got a third game. I also picked up a third game called, I forget. What's it called? What's it called, Ray? Was that another game I got? You go watch the video. It's in there. Snowblind. There you go. Snowblind. Thanks, Ray. Yes. Project Snowblind. Project Snowblind. Yes.
Oh.
So those will be coming.
No, your schedule better than you do.
So there you go. So that's the new game, and then Saturday I don't know what I'm doing.
Nice, but see, that's just the schedule he's telling you. He'll most likely wind up streaming every day because he's on a mission to stream 30 out of 30 days in a row.
No, I'm not. I only streamed the last couple of Tuesdays because there were big new games coming out that I had to, but MLB came out, so I had to do that. And then did you see me playing the Falcon? You played the Falconeer on Stadia, didn't you? You liked that game.
I did not play the Falconeer, but I do know about Bulwark because I do follow Thomas. Or Tomas.
Yeah. Yeah. His new game. I love his new game.
It's
So
cool. I was following along while he was building it, just talking about all the different, layers put into it, all the different points. Like he was showing pictures on there of all the different points that it was picking up just as you're flying around like that, one of like the towns, right? There's just so many things that are being picked up. It's a big, heavy game, apparently, size wise, but it runs well, does it not?
It does. It runs really smoothly. I was playing the PlayStation version, which sucked. Because they said, where do you want it? What platform? And I went, give me the PlayStation 5 version. Let's try it on the PlayStation 5, which it unfortunately doesn't have Twitch integration, so I couldn't do any of the Twitch stuff. So,
I've been wanting to ask you this question for a while, right? You asked them what platform you should play it on. If PC is so great, why isn't there a PC too? No, it's PlayStation 2.
Oh,
it's not PC 2.
You could ask William. He's the PC expert.
It's a stupid question.
And don't forget, PCs are 3 to 5 years behind PlayStation, apparently. I read that on the internet.
It's only because you can't play their games on them.
That could be. All right.
Well, Jeff, I'm back to soccer this week. We've got one soccer game on Wednesday, so I got to get this freaking bathroom finished, and I am just in time to kick my feet up before the heat gets here.
I'm going to go watch John Oliver.
Nice, you do that. I hope you wear the bunny ears to bed.
No, I could have. I could have wore this one.
Oh, not the cowboy hat. Oh, that is a much more interesting hat. Much more interesting.
Could have wore that one.
Yeah. Glad you didn't.
There you go.
Glad you didn't.
But big thanks for Jim for dropping in to drop his Skylander knowledge. Anne was in earlier, but then she made cake. Jim, we weren't invited for Anne's cake. What the hell? Crow Resin, as always, dropping the. Ron Slusher was here. Sanchez, Roaster, Bruce popped in. Holtz, of course, spending. Holtz is up even later because they have daylight savings time now. They're now in the daylight savings.
Right. That's right.
It is now BST. It's no longer GMT. It is now BST. So, yeah. But I think
everybody has a great week, including you, Jeff. I hope you have.
I think next week we're going to have an official new segment, stories from the audience. I think we should add that.
News right here. You heard it here first.
I think we should add a new slide, news from the audience, and then people can submit stories that we will talk about.
I think we should research it live on the show.
There you go. We could do that.
Can show the behind the scenes work that goes into this.
There's a lot of it. We spend a lot of time. We
ain't
spend a lot of time.
do that. And
we spend a lot of time. So, all right. Have a what are you doing? You're not gaming anything? I know you popped into one of my streams randomly to say hi.
Working on the bathroom, and we have a soccer game on Wednesday. So, and then hockey next weekend. So the kids have been on spring break. They've been off all week. So now we're back into the grind. Oh my God.
I had shoes on. I just took them off for the video. I had a coat too. I took them off for the video.
Oh my God.
I sent it to you. Make sure you show Carly. Then you both can stay up all night not sleeping from the nightmares.
Oh, she's already in bed.
Oh, there you go. Honey, wake up. I got a video to show you. Honey, wake up. Wake up, honey. I got a video to show you.
I said, "You going to be up when I'm done?" She was like, "I don't even know if I'll be up when you start." I said, "Okay, fair enough."
There you go.
Because I've been yelling the whole time, so she's probably awake.
Probably. Video to watch. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.